Right, I think they come over the island the weekend, because it's a car show thing.
Oh, yeah.
Can I just turn up and pound the gate? That's all I want to know, basically. Or do I got to get tickets or what?
No, if you want to come and pound the gate as a punter, you can do that. Do you know where the Garlic Festival site is?
The wife does.
Right, it's in Newchurch, and it's a massive field, nice flat field. Even if we get a shower, which God forbid we won't, it's all chalk-based, so you're not going to be wading around in mud. And what are you coming to see? The American muscle cars, the classic Fords, the MGs? What is it you want to see? The big trucks?
I just want to see the whole, do you know what I mean? The whole king caboodle. Just have a day right now.
Oh, good. Well, come up and say hello to the Doc and I. We'll be broadcasting live and making a programme for Fraudulent TV. There's a rumour going around. So we'd like to see. What kind of car do you drive?
I just drive old Focus at the moment.
An old Focus?
Well, she drives a Focus. I drive lorries, don't I?
All right, OK.
I don't see the lorries.
What's your dream car?
Well, my dream car, to be honest, I like the Grand Ford Torino from Starsky Nuts, that car.
Ah, there you go, Doc.
Well, there was a chance that we had one of those, a replica, coming, but there are lots of replicas around. I didn't personally think it was worth the kind of money the guy wanted. He wanted a couple of $1,000, didn't he, to bring it over?
He and I were having an argument. I said, let's get the Starsky and Hutch Ford Torino.
Yeah, but this is one person. For what you say?
The first person we talked on the phone.
$2.5 grand so we could see a Ford Torino Starsky and Hutch car.
I like the car. I don't particularly like the colour scheme. I just like the car.
Why didn't you say you like Ford Capris? We've got loads of Capris, but we have got some American muscle cars.
I'm going to ring that guy of that Grand Torino and see if he can. The Doc's really excited because, you know, his family have a family business of undertakers. He's really excited about the classic hearse register. Now, these people freak me out because a lot of them, Jeff, want to sleep in their hearses.
Well, I'll be honest with you, it's freaking me out that Doc's getting excited about that.
Well, there's plenty of room in them. You don't seem to understand. You've got the top deck where you normally see the coffin on the show, and then underneath that top deck there is room for another one.
Is there?
Yeah.
Well, is Doc going to be handing cards out to these people?
Well, the lady at my office yesterday in Fleet said to me, "Are you going to bring one of the limousines down or one of the?" And I'm quite tempted. Also, we've got a horse-drawn hearse, by the way, in case you've ever wanted to see one of those.
Jeff, apparently, maybe the Doc can clear this up before we go to Arthur. I've heard that half these people are undertakers or ex-undertakers who have a general interest in the other car. The other half are kind of out the Munsters and the Addams family and a bit gothy, and never the twain shall meet.
They don't get on at all, no.
I'll be honest with you, my 11-year-old daughter, she's a bit gothy like that because she collects living dead dolls and things like that. She actually does want a coffin for her bed.
You are joking.
On my kid's life, mate, I'm not. She wants a coffin for her bed.
She collects living dead dolls?
Yeah, have you not seen them?
No, I've seen them. They're amazing, aren't they?
They're little collectible things. You can get different heights now. Hers are about sort of 6-7 inches. They all come in their own individual little coffins.
What, you let her collect that kind of stuff?
It's not going to hurt her, Alex.
Come off it, Alex.
It's dark and warm, but she'd be wearing black lipstick and... Oh, it's dangerous. You want to...
If I bought her a Cindy doll, she'd only hang that, wouldn't she?
So she's a little bit like the nasty kid. I'm not saying she's nasty, but the nasty kid in Toy Story, Sid Phillips. You had the house next door. He was always blowing the toys up and beating them up and hanging them and all that.
Well, no, she just likes scaring other people. But she scares her sister. She lines them up. Her sister goes to bed and she lines them up along her bed so they can stare at her when she wakes up.
Are you going to let her have a coffin-shaped bed?
No, I've drawn the line at that.
What does her mum think about this?
She hasn't washed her hands, but she just thinks, oh God, here's Meg again.
But there's no... Kids love to shock their parents.
When did she start getting kind of obsessed with death and goths and all that kind of stuff?
Not obsessed with it. It's just one of her best friends is the daughter of the local undertaker.
Ah.
And sort of being around that, they talk about it a lot, and she doesn't go down to chapel rest or anything like that. She's not that sort of into that much.
Why would she go down the chapel?
I struggle to get my kids interested in the family business. Of course, they want the money, but they don't want to actually do the work.
The girl lives, the chapel rest is on the back of the place they live, do you know what I mean?
Oh, Jeff, this is all too weird for me. So your daughter is 11 and she collects dolls of the living dead?
Living dead dolls, yeah.
What is the matter with you?
No, that is... Sorry, Jeff, that's not normal.
It's not abnormal.
It is abnormal.
Why do they sell them? If they sell them, there must be thousands of people buying them.
For weirdos, like Jeff. Right, let's move on. Hi, Arthur. Do you think that's normal?
Well, I'll be honest with you, I've given up wondering about who's normal and abnormal in this life. And there's so many oddities around there. But if you want to save yourself a couple of £1,000 on the Starsky and Hutch car,
take a tunnel round to the Parkhurst prison. There's a guy around there with a red Ford Sierra decked out in orders that starts.
There you are then. Cheap bargain.
Arthur, when I was about 15 and Starsky and Hutch really hit big, there was a guy with a Vauxhall. What were they called? The little hatchback Vauxhalls. Chevette. He had a Chevette, a Vauxhall Chevette, in the Starsky and Hutch logo.
I think I saw one in this Chevette.
Now, you told me you'd seen a new Mini done professionally.
Yes,
and it looked really good.
Cracking looking Mini, yeah. Red Mini with a white Starsky stripe. But
seriously speaking, though, you chaps, apart from that, right, it's been this with GMTV and all these other phone-in scams on the television. Have you ever met anybody that's ever actually phoned any of them numbers?
Yes. Do you know who does? My mum. I reckon she's the person. When they say it's like 40 million quid being lost at GMTV, most of that I think has come from my mum. My mum is obsessed with the Richard and Judy.
Oh, for God's sake.
She sees that you pay. She knows how easy the questions are, and she thinks it's going to be me. When the lottery people came up with their strapline, it could be you. There are people out there who are stupid enough to believe that actual comment is addressed to them.
I mean, you know, the sort of questions. What is used to make toast? A tree, a loaf of bread, or a cow?
Yeah.
I know that one. It's a loaf of bread, isn't it?
I thought it was a cow.
I thought it was the cow. We're wrong.
But Arthur, I can understand 14-year-old girls, apart from Jeff's daughter, phoning X Factor because they want, you know, some
Leona to win.
I can understand that, but actual adults doing it, well,
that's
slightly different, I think.
The other thing they said this morning, though, right? Think about that. They're going to refund the money. How are they going to do that?
How can they?
Tricky.
Well, I don't think it'll make any difference to GMTV's viewing figures at all. People who watch that so daft, they put up with anything.
But you know, it's been said about the National Lottery. It's a tax on the poor and it's a tax on the stupid. That is exactly what I think about these premium rate phone lines. Apart from the X Factor one, which I must admit, and the Jungle, I've also, you know, personally, I've sometimes felt compelled to just dial the number and, you know, keep Tony Blackburn. And I bet you paid to keep Tony.
Yeah, but that was different. I ran a campaign on it. I reckon Tony Blackman could have won because we were probably the only radio station in Britain running at that time a campaign on air to vote for Tony Blackman.
So even we've kind of done it. No, we weren't going to win anything.
The other thing, you see, what you got to think about, guys, is right. They're all sort of like standing, being holier than thou, saying, "Oh, it's all down to the telephone companies. It's all down to. It's always down to somebody else."
Yeah, that's clever. Right? Now, I thought when I heard that yesterday, I thought that is very clever. Instead of being responsible, you sub it out to some other numpty, pay them a tiny percentage of all the revenue they were collecting, and then blame them when it all goes horribly wrong.
Here at Isle of Wight Radio, Arthur, when the reverse text auction for the Mini all went wrong, the Mini never got given away, and we had about 7 or 8 grand coming into Isle of Wight Radio. The Doc and I were shocked and horrified, weren't we?
Shocked and horrified. When did that happen?
You were on holiday. Yeah, we were distraught, yeah.
Why did it all go wrong?
It all went wrong.
Yeah?
All went wrong, yeah. The Mini was an old British Leyland Mini. They made it sound like one of these new BMW. It was an old British Leyland Mini.
But we gave away a brand new Vauxhall last year.
We never gave that away.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we just...
That girl from Binston had it.
No, she was paid 50 quid
a model.
To say.
She was a model, was she?
Shaking hands with the keys, we gave her 50 quid. I worked,
and a taxi back home.
I worked for a radio station once where the DJs used to make up the prizes.
No.
Yeah, they said we're giving away. Of course, they weren't giving any of it away at all.
You're kidding.
No, they got caught by the radio authority.
I'm not surprised.
Fine. Yeah.
Blinking good job and all.